give us a clap. Hey everybody, welcome to Myers Guys Garage. We're going to be working on the old C10 here again today. If you saw the last video, towards the end of it, once we finally got the thing running and driving pretty good, it has some pretty nasty blow-by, but the engine doesn't really make any crazy noises. There's no lift or tick or bearing noise or anything like that. So I'm thinking maybe maybe we got some gummed up valves, or possibly some piston rings that aren't completely sealed up. So we're gonna give her the old Italian tune-up today. That the Vice Grip Garage tune-up special. I got a can of well, it's Berryman's or Seafoam, but it's actually another different brand. It's the Harvest King brand that we get at the local Baumgars here. So we're gonna dump that thing straight down the carb and see if we can get some of that blow-by to go away, maybe clean up those rings a little bit. And then maybe if we have some time, we'll go through and do the shocks and bearings that we were supposed to do like a month ago. So we'll start with the tune-up and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. Okay, let's go ahead and get her started. Okay, see, we still got the blow-by there, so let's give this stuff a shot and see if we can get it to run a little bit better. Still smoking?
When it was going, I looked behind me and like so much exhaust. It was just like a mushroom cloud of exhaust.
That's good. That's what we like to see.
It was insane.
All right, well, we'll give that a few minutes to idle and clean all the gunk out of there. Let her sing a little bit, you know what I mean? Still plenty of blow by. No, not yet. We'll run for a minute or two. Hopefully this audio is good. Sometimes when I get close to the truck when it's running, I feel like this microphone doesn't work very good and it kind of picks up me and the truck and it really sounds like crap. Still a little smoke coming out of there, but it's not bad. Another thing I need to do with this truck is adjust the clutch. The friction point is like right off of the floor. So I need to tighten up that adjustment rod a little bit, I think. Seems like it idles a little smoother. It's not shaking the whole truck like it usually does, so that's good. Maybe there were some sticky valves or maybe a piston ring or something that was stuck to the piston and not, you know, not opening up all the way. All right, well, I guess that's done. If we have some time, we'll move on to some other stuff here, but we'll keep you posted. Okay, go ahead and get that wheel off. Got it. Hold it all the way on there until it comes all the way out. Use both hands. Yep. There you go. Try not to dump those on the concrete. I just bought there. bring the fellas in here. Now, I suppose while we're in here, scooch over just a little bit there, kiddo. While we're in here, we're gonna take this, we'll take this drum off and inspect the brakes, and then we'll check the bearing and then take that shock off, replace that real quick. If those bearings, I mean, there's a little bit of movement, but this thing is really smooth. So if the bearings are in okay shape, then we'll just repack them, put them back on. But we'll start by taking the drum off. Do you want to hold that?
Yeah.
Just make sure you don't put your fingers in front of the...
Yeah.
Okay, so when we're taking this drum off, see, that one's pretty solid on there. So what I like to do is tap this thing with a hammer to try to tap some of that rust around the hub and around these studs loose. And I like to hit it right here between those studs. All right, we got this drum off. Y'all were probably laughing at me when I was tapping between the studs, thinking that this drum was just gonna come right off, and somehow I didn't even see these rivets. This thing is, the drum is riveted to this hub, and for some reason I was thinking this drum just has to pop off because I took the other one off because it was missing a stud. I had to put a new stud in it, and it just popped right off, and I didn't even notice that this thing has these rivets and it's riveted together. So I think I might end up just zipping those things off real quick, just so I can, you know, do some maintenance on these brakes without having to take this off, which, I mean, isn't really a big deal to take the hub off, but, you know, just in case. But the good news is these bearings and the races, they all look really good. This is the inner bearing that I thought might have some play on it, and it is like new. Like, it looks fantastic. All those rollers look good. There isn't any like scarring or any evidence of the thing being overheated or anything like that. So I think we're just gonna pack these guys and repack them and just put them right back in. The brakes aren't great, but I mean, there's still plenty of lining there between the shoe, the wear material on the metal. So we'll just leave that alone. The spindle looks really good. It's not all tore up or overheated or anything. So I think we'll just clean this thing up a little bit, repack these bearings, throw it back on, and take that shock off and just replace that. So we'll do that now. Okay, oh, that might be way too much. So we're gonna repack these guys real quick, and I always just do it by hand. I don't have one of those little bearing repacking tools. Are like super cheap. I could probably just buy one of those things from Harbor Freight or something, but I don't know. I just don't. So the way that I like to repack these, I need to run this thing over to the parts washer. I just remembered to try to wash that old grease out. Even though this grease is in really good shape, it's probably fine, but I'd like to at least get it cleaned out. So the way that I like to do these is just kind of put a big glob of grease in your hand and then kind of scoop it, because you want the grease to go right between these two metal surfaces here, right in that gap, right where all those, you can see the rollers from the inside there, right where all those roller bearings are. You want to just force it up in there, just a tiny little bit at a time.
Does it hurt at all?
No.
Oh, good. I was just like, are you stabbing that thing into your hand?
Nope.
Oh, good.
and you can see how it's pushing through.
Yeah.
On the top. So we'll just keep on working our way around. I guess we probably don't even need to clean these because this grease, I mean, it's dark, but I think it was kind of like a greenish yellow color to begin with. And it looks really good. It's not gritty or anything, so I'm really not worried about it at all. These bearings look fantastic, so
That's good.
We'll just say to heck with it, and we'll just keep packing them here.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
As long as we get some new red stuff coming through, I think we'll be just fine.
Through the camera, it kind of looks like blood.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a dirty job. See it squirting through there?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit at a time. Just keep on going until we get them nice and lubricated all the way around. Uh-oh.
So messy.
Definitely, no, the grease definitely doesn't hurt your hands. Kind of makes it feel kind of nice, like it's moisturizing my palms, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if that's a thing or not, but it feels pretty good. Okay, let's say great. That looks pretty good. I'd say that guy is pretty well packed. Okay. We'll drop him in here. Lay a grease on the inside of him. Get rid of all this nasty stuff. Let's get that.
Yep.
Okay, and then we'll just take our seal here and just pop him back on. So this guy seals along the inside of the spindle. You know, I'm gonna go clean this thing up in the parts washer real quick.
All right.
Okay, we're just gonna put a little grease on the edge of this seal. The seal is in really good shape still, so we're just gonna reuse it. We'll lube it up. Taparoo. Okay, now we'll clean up and repack the other bearing and get this all back together, and then we'll start on the shocks.
See you soon.
All right, we're back. I got this thing buttoned up for the most part on this side, so a little more information here. Got the shock on. I got this wheel, the hub and drum assembly and everything back on. I did point out these rivets. I just left them in there for the sake of time. I didn't want to mess with that tonight. So at some point when I service these brakes, those shoes were getting a little thin, so after we drive it a little while, maybe we'll get some new brakes on it eventually, and I'll just zip those things off so we can take the brakes off easier. Got the new dust cap on there, which this thing is just, I hate these things. It just barely fit. It took me forever just to get the dumb thing on there, and I bought it brand new, and it was still like, I don't know, I think I paid like $10 for that dumb thing. Just ridiculous. Got the new shock on. That wasn't too bad, other than that, this thing comes with a new hardware, and it includes a new little mount that mounts to the frame here. When I was trying to take this thing off, that guy was just spinning, and I couldn't get a wrench in there like far enough to stop that. So I put a socket on the nut on the inside, and then just zipped the whole thing off. You can see that here on the old shock. That's the old one. And then it just popped right off. But yeah, you can tell this shock is just, see if I can put my foot on it. It's just wrecked. I mean, there's nothing left in it. So I'm pretty glad we replaced those. So I'll get the wheel on, and then we'll move to the other side and rinse and repeat. well, I got updates. In the middle of working on the driver's side shock and wheel bearings and all that stuff. Good news is the wheel bearings looked fantastic again on that side, so I don't need to replace those. Started working on the shock, and I hit that first nut, the top one on the top mount, with an impact, and the thing snapped off. And I thought, you know, whatever, it's fine. The new shock comes with new hardware, so it's fine. Not a big deal, right? And I've run into a bigger issue, a total standstill at this point. And I'll show you what that is. If you can see, I'll get my light in here. So that's the shock mount. The end of it there, that's where the stud completely broke off inside of the nut. And as you can see, somebody welded the goddamn thing. Sorry. Somebody welded the thing onto the frame. So now I'm at a standstill because I'm gonna have to cut that thing out somehow and get it out of there so I can get the new hardware in. So also my phone died, so you probably didn't even see that footage. But anyways, I'm kind of at a standstill here. It's completely dark and it's getting cold. I'm just gonna put the wheel back on, button this thing up, and when I have time I'll come back to working on this to try to get that mount out. But I'll keep you updated. I think though that's gonna be the end of this video for tonight, because like I said, it's dark and it's cold and I'm tired. So if you guys have any comments or anything, please feel free to leave them down below. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned. When I have some time, I'll get back after this damn thing and get that shock in so we can keep playing around with it. Alright, thanks guys, have a great day.